guys, how's it going? I saved you the pain of watching me mix the resin, but the two most important things about the resin is mixing exactly equal parts and stirring it really, really, really well. And if you stir it really well, it's going to have a lot of air bubbles in it. So what I'm going to do is I'll, throughout this video, work on letting the bubbles come up to the surface and torching them out. I'm going to let the resin sit for about 2 minutes. That's going to allow some of the bubbles to come up, and keep torching it. But I know a lot of people have had questions on how to deal with resin, how to work with it, what can you use, what can you do. I like working with resin because it literally accepts any medium you want. You can put acrylics in it, you can put alcohol inks in it, you can put mica powders in it. You can just really mix and choose your mediums really well. With these three here, I did these three earlier, and they're a combination of acrylics and alcohol inks. But with these three, I mean acrylics and mica powders. But with these three, I'm going to do all alcohol inks. So we're going to just kind of keep letting the bubbles come up to the surface. And then we're going to start layering. Now, one of the most important things when you're working with alcohol ink and you're going to layer your colors is this little bottle right here. This is from Jacquard. It's called Pinata Blanco Blanco. And what I do is when I put the colors in here, when I put my different colored inks in here, I layer it with the white, and it keeps each of the colors kind of crisp and lets them sink down into the resin. And it actually ends up giving you a really, really pretty finish. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out here. I've got ice resin tint, and it's called Hacienda. It's sort of a darker blue. And we're going to just come in here and just drop a few drops and see what we get with all of this. And I'm not going to be too precise with these. You know, because you want them to, even if you did everything exactly the same, they're always going to have variations. But we have our darker blue in here. And what we're going to do now is take our Blanco and stick one drop in the center of each one of the colors we put in just now. And that will really help kind of spread the color and fix it. And we're going to come back in here now with some turquoise, again from ice resin. And we're going to go in between, right near the blues, so they kind of mix. And we're just going to get some in here. And I get a couple extra drops in here, but that's not a big deal. So we've got that one in here. We're going to go back in again with our white. And this right here is the magic. This is what layers your colors and allows them to spread and go down and look really gorgeous. So I'm going to come back in here again with the Hacienda, and I'm going to go into where I just put the turquoise, and I'm going to put the darker blue on top of the turquoise. So what I'm working on doing is layering my colors. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and just layer everything out. And if you really look closely at the video, I hope you can see this, is as you do each one of these, it's like watching magic happen in front of your eyes. All right, it's just really, really cool to watch this happen. And they continue to work through all of this so that you end up with some really, really cool patterns. So now, I think we're going to come in here with a little bit of this alcohol ink. This is, I believe, by, what is this stuff called? I think this is from, oh God, I can't remember the name of it right now. But we're going to mix up our alcohol inks because you can literally do any colors that you want. And we're going to go in here with this and put it on top of the darker blue that we put in here. And you can just do it however you feel like it. Sometimes I don't always go on top of where I should. I just kind of pick and choose where I want my color. And then again, we're going to go in with the white. And just, we're going to keep building our colors. And again, you layer it with the white every time you put a new color in. So we've got our blues and our teals and our aquamarines going. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to throw a little bit of green in the center and on the outsides. There we go. And we're going to go right into the center. And we're just going to keep layering colors. Doesn't exactly matter a whole lot how you do it. You're just going to keep going in and adding different colors and then putting white where you put those colors. So we've got our lime green in there, which is another lovely color. And we're going to go back in here with our white and keep going around. So those are all baking and kind of cooking each other. I'm going to go back in with the Hacienda, I think. Yeah. So we're going to go back in here with a darker blue. Wherever you feel like you think it needs it. Just, you know, here and there. And it's okay to put one color on top of another. That's how you end up layering your colors. And we're going to go back in here again with the white. I know it looks tedious, but believe me, it's worth the effort. You end up getting some really, really beautiful swirls out of this. You get some beautiful color out of this. It's definitely worth it. Let's see. I don't need that. Let's see what else. All right, we're going to go back in here with the turquoise. And I'm going to put the turquoise kind of right on top of the blue so that you could have that layered effect. And we're going to do that over here too, as much as we can. And come back in here with the white, because this is what makes it cohesive and really beautiful. going to come over here and do the same thing with this one. All right. If you want to watch really closely, you will see how the colors start swirling together on their own. It's one of the really, really cool things about working with this, is that, you know, you can just keep going in between each color and laying your base here. And let's see, we can't leave this guy out. So, and we're just gonna keep doing this until you're happy with it, I guess. I like to add a fair amount of color to my alcohol inks. And I like to add the white quite a bit because I think it just really, really helps it to pop. And the white is actually like liquid magic. And if you actually sit and watch this, you'll watch how the white disappears a lot. I think we're going to come back in here with Stream because it's a very, very pretty color. We're going to go right in the center. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go back in here on top of these guys where we have the white. And come back over here. All right. And come back in with the white and put that right on top. Okay, so now we have our white, and I'm going to give it just a few seconds to see how it's setting up, and then I'm going to go back in with, what am I going to go in with this time? I think I'm going to go in with the lime green again. But you can see how it already starts to make really interesting patterns. And they actually look really quite lovely. I'm going to put 1 drop in the center of each one of these guys. And we're going to come back in with our white again and put 1 drop in the middle of each one of these green circles. And we're going to give it a second to kind of work its way through. But by and large, this is, this is really, they turn out really lovely. I have a friend who wanted blues, turquoise, teal, and lime green. So this is sort of that color combo. I did that with mica powders and acrylic paint up here. And down here I'm going to do it with alcohol inks. And this alcohol inks are really cool because there's just so many different applications that you can use. So I'm going to come in here on top of some of this white and just kind of put a few drops here. And we're going to keep building our colors, keep building our color palette. And the coolest thing about this is once you put these colors in and you start layering them, they start sinking down to the bottom and it looks like stalactites when you look at it from the side. So it's like a really, really, really cool effect. I see a few bare spots here. So I think I'm going to come in here and just do a blue, blue, blue. Where do I want the blue on these guys? I think I'll do it here. I think I'll do it here and there. And here I'm going to do it there. And I'll put it over here. There we go. So we're actually building the colors, and I'm done with this one, so I'm going to put the cap on it. And I'm done with this one, so we'll put the cap on it. And we're going to come back in here with our white. I'll put the cap back on this one. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, I could be a liar, but I think that this might be just the right amount of pigment for this. We shall see in a minute. So what I do is I'll sit here and wait for a second or two, see how this starts. You can see the white shrinking. It's actually quite amazing to see how the white gets pulled down and the colors come up over it. It's really, really cool and really pretty. And I am not happy with one or two areas, so I'm going to put some stream here. Like I said, I could be a liar. Not that I intentionally lied, but I thought I was done, and I saw an area that I didn't like, so I'll fix it. I'm kind of liking these. I might want to put a little bit more color here. So we'll see. Yeah. All right. Put a little white on this. So, see how that works. I'm kind of really digging this center one. It seems to have plenty of pigment and plenty of movement. And this guy here is still working on going through the stuff that I put in there. And these guys are really starting to sit up. And you can literally watch the white get pulled down to the bottom and just kind of you just can see the layers through it. So it's really, really cool to watch this. I like working with resin. I enjoy very much working with acrylics, but I think resin's also really fun to work with. And if you just sit and watch it, you're watching chemistry in action. You're watching science in action. You're watching the whites break apart and go back underneath the color. And it's just really, really awesome to watch. I think I'm pretty happy with these three guys. So we'll see how these dry. I honest to God, every time I do resin work, I feel like a little girl at Christmas. I just can't wait for these to harden and come out of the mold. I'm like, I want them, I want them, I want them. But that's okay. And even though I did these with acrylics and mica powders, if you wanted to, and I'll do that over here on this one, you can actually come in here and just put a drop of white here and there. And I'm going to go ahead and torch that so that it spreads out a little bit, because I poured these earlier. go ahead and torch the stuff real quick. I'm hoping I didn't wait too long to put these on. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. I might have waited a little too long to put it on, but we shall see. We shall see. Do I have a toothpick here? No, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. I'm gonna leave it as is. And these I'm very pleased with. These are the colors that I was looking for. This one here is kind of an experiment anyway. So it doesn't matter 100% if it comes out the way I want it or not. I think I'll go in here with a touch of stream just to get rid of that white. There we go. I don't know if I did it any better or worse. It just doesn't seem to be. And I don't want this to catch fire again, but I'm just trying to heat it up enough for it to move. Light dawns on Rebel Head. Stick my heat gun on it for a minute. See how that does. Yeah. It's gonna look odd no matter what I do to it, so that's all right. That'll be one that I just keep for myself. Because I don't think it's gonna look good enough to really be worthy of anything. But by and large, I hope you guys work with resin. I hope you enjoy it. And it's a different medium than the acrylics, but you actually can have a lot of fun with it. It takes literally almost any medium, and you can create absolutely awesome things of beauty with resin, which is why I like it as much as I like the acrylics. It's just really, really, really fun to work with and to watch how it kind of spreads itself around and makes its own patterns. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I inspired you. I hope you turn around and strike out and try to do things on your own. But play with it, enjoy it. It's really, really, really fun. And you can make some awesome things of beauty with it. All right? So, good night, guys. Love y'all and be care. Bye.